left and right, you're sort of like skidding all over the place. Which
Okay,
is
just so you
apparently
know,
good.
we're live already. No one is watching you right now. I don't know if someone is here with us right now, but if you are, say hello in the chat. We'll gladly talk with you throughout this podcast. To the people that don't know, my boy Brad, his channel name is the fuck. I knew I was gonna fuck it up.
This isn't going well at all.
I knew I was
I'm
gonna fuck
leaving.
your name up as Arin, the leader of no one. Yeah,
There you go.
I just
I guess it's quite unique, is it?
no. It's well, yeah, for sure. I don't want to insult it, but it's not that hard to forget. No, it's not that hard to not forget to remember. I don't know.
Not forget to remember.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good name, leader of no one. I like it, and it feels like you could put it in a flag and go in an Iceland and put like leader of no one. Fuck you.
Exactly. It's like a title.
Exactly, like a good title. But why? Why leader of no one?
Do you know this actually? People always ask me this. I just don't know. I've had my like personal Instagram account for like 7, 8 years, and it was just like at the time that was it was like something I had said, and I was like, I'm because everyone's like, oh, I'm the leader of this, or I do this, I'm the king of this, and I was like, I'm the leader of no one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right then,
I like it.
leader of no. It's quite yeah,
It kind of represents
quite sad
the idea
actually.
of because I think it often like people want to be like you said leaders and be the boss of everybody and be or a president, but you're like more of a yeah, I don't own anyone. I'm not as special in a sense of I'm not superior to anyone. I'm just a dude making videos.
Just another guy along with everyone else.
Yeah, that's another guy, exactly. What's up, Nino Lombard? Happy to see you finally here. I haven't been streaming lately so often like I used to. I used to do like 3 streams per week and have a schedule. We used to do a trivia Thursdays, then philosophy Thursdays, where we would talk about life and be all. I don't know anything about philosophy, as you can imagine, but I like to question myself about existence and stuff like that. So it was cool because people,
Well, that's very deep.
yeah, people got deep. Honestly, they most of the people are, I don't know, in Twitch I don't want to say they're depressive, but they've had their share of loneliness and problems. Obviously with coronavirus and the fact of
Yeah,
being
yeah, of course.
lonely, being so young. Because you and me, we already left the school, we already working, and we already going towards our life like we're working. But imagine being in the last 2 years of school, and doing them in our houses. Like that would be the
Yeah,
most depressing thing ever.
that's like the biggest part of your life as well. Like where you develop as a person and change so much. Like that would be crazy, just locked in your bedroom trying to do maths or whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know. I would not be able to do. I would go out all the time, even if it's not legal, and even if people are dying. I would be like, yeah, you know what? I don't care. It's my last 2 years of school. I'm gonna spend them with friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you study anything?
No, I literally did A level. Do you know A levels? I don't know your
Nope.
equivalent. Like, okay, so it's like the age of like 16 to 18, where you choose like 4 specific subjects. So I did like English language, psychology, computing, and photography. And so I did them, and then I left school at 18, and then I came to Dubai at 19, and I'm now 22.
Wow, what a life! Oh, my battery
Yeah.
just died. Great. God damn it.
Oh, there you go. Good timing just before we start.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna change it.
Yeah,
You
no
can talk
worries.
to the audience while I change it.
Oh, it's a one-man show now. I'm going to try and get it up on my phone so I can actually see the comments. Or maybe I'll try and comment because it's not my live stream. I don't think Felix can hear me. Welcome to the Bradley podcast. Oh, his camera did die. I've just joined the live stream and even I can see it. Well, I can see that I cannot see it. Oh, the chat comes up and everything. This is brilliant. Do I want to buy an emoji? I don't want to buy an emoji. It's connecting.
Okay, sorry.
Welcome back. Oh, the Bradley show's over, everyone.
Bradley show's over. So, shall we get started directly? I think Flames is here. What's up, Flames? If you're here, I don't know if you're here, but apparently he is. Shall we get started so I don't steal too much time of your busy life? Because I don't know. I don't want to be unpolite.
Better than you are.
How can I get that accent from British? Right, you're British.
Yeah. Like I was born and raised in London.
Fuck, that's an amazing
A
accent.
London
I have
boy.
to say, you have a really British accent, biscuits and stuff.
Everyone says that, and I don't see it because I think because I am English, like I don't see it at all. I just think it's like normal.
Because you have it naturally. If I start, because if I do a long phrase, you will see some French accent and suddenly a British because I want to add it, and then some French accent and some American accent and then some Australian because I don't know how to speak English that fluently, like it's not natural for me, so I mix.
So now you mash 3 languages together.
Exactly, but you do it while thinking. You just British and biscuits and stuff.
British and biscuits and stuff. I guess I don't even need to put on the accent.
Yeah, you don't even. You just talk. That's cool.
I like this guy in the comments that's saying I've got a sexy accent. This is good.
Yeah, and I had a sexy accent. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. I would like. I thought about like, oh, should I go to the US to train my English and because you get to a level. Well, here people don't usually speak English, right? So to train it, I need to or create content or do a podcast or do a live stream. But if I want to gain a British accent, I need to go to to London to speak it and to interact with people. And I thought like it would be cool to go to a whole year to the UK. I don't know.
Oh, it's definitely, especially London. It is. I still say it now. Like London is the best city in the world. I love it.
Really?
I'll always go back to London.
But
yeah,
you
no
left.
matter where I am.
You abandoned. That's not an English word. You left your London. You used to live in London, right? It's already 2 minutes for me.
Yeah, I'm living.
Do you believe you can gain an accent? Because Lombard is saying it's already doomed for me. I have an American-ish accent, sadly.
I think if you spend like enough time somewhere, you just pick it up without even realizing. I mean, I haven't picked up an Arab accent being in Dubai, to be fair. I guess, but here is like such a mix of different types of people.
Wow.
So it's not like one accent that you deal with all the time.
In Dubai, most of the accent is Indian, right? Because most of the people are Indian.
I think like the most biggest percentage of the population is Indian.
Okay. I only have friends in Manchester and Basingstoke. That's also in UK, right?
Yeah, I like the way you pronounce it. Say it again.
Basingstoke.
Basingstoke. I say now it sounds really common when I say it. Basingstoke. No, that sounded posh. Basingstoke.
I don't know. Also, the thing about the accents is you. For me, I would like to not have an accent, right? But sometimes it can be useful. At least with the girls, sometimes if you go to a country and they're like, oh, you're a foreigner, you come from somewhere else, and oh, you have such a Latino accent, Frenchish accent. And they're like, I took like a fucking, I talk like a dumbass. What are you saying? This is not sexy?
Mine, everyone just says, I'm British. And I don't get it because I don't think I sound like that.
You sound totally like that, dude. Okay, let's get started. I don't know. I think, guys, to the people that are watching, I think the only person watching is Nino Lombard, which is more than enough for me. This is a podcast, as you know. We have our guest Brad, the leader of No One. He's a YouTuber. He's a young lad who lives in Dubai, and we're gonna start a little podcast for himself. As you know, we first do the intro, then I put a little sound effect, which you're not gonna hear because new host, cool, thank you. What I was saying, yeah, we're gonna start with an intro, then we're gonna do a subject, then we're gonna do a podcast story, another subject, pocket story, and we're gonna end it. Between those subjects and pocket stories, we're gonna talk with you guys. So if we don't answer your comments, well, sorry, just be patient and listen to the stories that we have, because we're such amazing humans that we've been through so many adventures, as you can already imagine. Being just 21 and 22. Okay, let's get started with the intro. Like I said, it's an improvised intro, so I'm just gonna cue you in. I might ask you a weird question, and you just need to be as funny or as awkward. I don't know how to do
it. On the spot. Awkward. I'll go with awkward. I can do that.
Yeah, because I don't know if this has happened to you, but has anyone told you, make me laugh suddenly, like make me laugh, tell me a joke? How do you want me to make you laugh? I'm not a fucking clown. But Brad, can you make me laugh?
Yes. No, I can't.
You don't have a joke in your pocket always there for you?
No, I don't. I just don't. That's really bad. Isn't it? I have a joke, but it's so long. I don't think we have time.
Oh well, yeah. If it's long, your awkwardness is enough of a joke. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Welcome to Pocket Stories, the podcast where I invite people that I don't know that well and I put them in uncomfortable situations. Welcome. That was the intro. That was good.
Was it? I didn't even realize we started.
That's the whole point. And I can see you're red from the awkwardness.
Oh god, no, I'm just naturally red. This is like my natural color now.
Ah, because of the sun.
I spent 2 minutes in the sun and I'm like red.
That happens. You need to start getting used to the sun and starting shading into blackness. Slowly but surely.
Oh god.
One day. But yeah, that was the intro. The whole point of the intro is to make it kind of natural, and the fact that you didn't even realize that it was the intro, that's perfect. So welcome.
Right.
Welcome
so at least I'm a bit awkward before we've even started. So
yeah,
good.
So people like you, and you have the British accent, so people will like it either way. What was I gonna say? So let me present you, okay? I'm gonna tell to the audience all the information that I know about you, and then you will jump in. So okay, sounds good.
Great. Yeah.
Okay. So welcome guys to the 21st episode of Pocket Stories. In this episode, I have my good friend Brad that I literally just met, but he's a cool guy. You will see he has a fucking amazing accent. He's 22 and he lives in motherfucking Dubai. Welcome, Brad.
Hello. I prefer the first intro where you introduced me as a YouTuber, and I was like, "Am I a YouTuber? This is brilliant! I've made it."
Well, technically you are. Like, what? Well, you totally are, because if you define the fact that you're a YouTuber by the fact that you're famous, that will
famous.
I don't know, because you and we don't make too many views naturally, but we still make videos as much as we can, and they're pretty cool. I've seen your videos, and I do get entertained by your vlogs. So you're a YouTuber. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Well, thanks. That's quite an interesting question, actually. Like, at what point are you a YouTuber? Do you know what I mean? Is it when like you have people actually watching, or when you have like 1,000 subscribers, 10,000, 100,000? There's no benchmark for it.
Well, you would think maybe a bit when you start living from that, when you start generating money from that, and you can live from the fact that you're a YouTuber. But that doesn't make any sense, because if you're generating the same amount of content, even if you're not generating money, you're still a YouTuber.
Yeah, true. Even if you've got a smaller audience or a bigger audience, like,
yeah,
as long as you
like it. Yeah. Welcome to the club. You're a YouTuber, and welcome to Pocket Stories. Yeah. So let's cut it just there. That's perfect. That's the intro. Nice. You got presented as a mad lad, so I'm happy for that. It was pretty fluent. Yes. I like talking with you, because the fact that you speak perfect English, it makes me speak a bit better.
I'll help.
Yeah.
Okay. You mean
British, you know. Do you know how to? Can you make a really intense British accent, like to make a long phrase of pure Britishness?
Oh God. Oh, not on the spot. Oh, you keep putting me on the spot. This whole podcast, like, whoa. No.
No, you can't. No way.
It will just come naturally soon. Don't worry.
Okay. Just repeat the phrase, but try to make an accent. Let's try this. I'm gonna say, I live in London, and I'm from I'm British, and fuck. try to say that.
What is this accent? What was that?
I was trying to make a neutral accent, but it didn't really work.
Neutral. You went from like Australian to Indian to like a place that doesn't exist to.
I tried to make it neutral, but I just wanted to not sound like a British accent. So you can go ahead and introduce us with your lovely voice.
My name is Bradley, and I live in London. No, I don't know how to like.
Yeah,
I don't
works.
even think this is.
But
like,
you already
British.
did it. That's the thing. You don't even need to think
Yeah.
about it. Well, that
Oh,
doesn't
God.
matter. I put you enough on the spot. Hello, Martin. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Well, what the fuck? I'm gonna bring my Chicano accent. Then Chicano, from Chicanolandia, from Chile. That's from, I don't know. But welcome, guys. Happy to see you in the live stream. This is Brad. He's a friend of mine, and he's here with us.
Hello.
Happily. So let's start with the first subject, shall we? So here's my question, Brad. Can you tell us a bit about your story? How you got to come from London, from the UK land, and go at 19 years old and move to Dubai and be able to live there for 3 whole years? How did you did that? How was that adventure? How is living in Dubai, the craziest city in the world?
Right. I'll start from the beginning. So basically, so when I was like 16, I had so when I was 16, I got into like filming and taking pictures and this sort of thing. And then I decided to volunteer at like a small local festival. It wasn't small, it was quite big. There was like 10,000 people that attended. So there was a big main stage, and I was volunteering doing like boring work, like everything that was on site, whether that's like drinks, cleaning, all the stuff that no one wants to do. And then because I brought my camera along, I tried to get involved with like the big main stage that was happening there. So eventually I spoke to the people there, I got on stage, shot some stuff for them. Everyone was really happy, and they really liked me. So I started working a bit more with them over the week, and then eventually I worked on stage and I learned some of the technical side of stuff. At which point, the guy who was running the technical side of stuff really liked me. We got on really well. We're still friends to today. And he actually sent me up in a plane to take pictures of the festival site, which was like
Where?
mind-blowing for me because I was 16. This was like just outside of London.
He put you at 16. He sent you on an airplane. I think at 16
Yeah.
I've never flown alone.
Literally, but it was crazy because one of the event organizers was his friend who had a pilot's license, just like a really small 3-person little wing aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, we need someone to go and take pictures like in this plane." I was like, "Yes, me, here, over here." So then me, 16, go with this guy. We get in a tiny little airplane. I take pictures of this festival site. The pictures were shit. Like honestly, afterwards I was like,
Was it in the night or in the day?
it was in the daytime. They just wanted sort of like an overlook of the festival, but I think I was so on edge and like, what am I doing? Like we got some good pictures, and the picture that we did get like was in all like the local newspapers, and it circulated and advertises the festival and stuff. But yeah, that sort of was like a wow moment. Like, this is insane. So left that festival, kept doing my thing, school, work, everything, and then out of the blue, 2 years later, I get a message from this guy who I hadn't spoken to since the event, and he was like, "How are things? What are you up to nowadays?" I'm 18 at the time, and he just says, "Do you want to come to Dubai for 6 months?" I was like,
16? No, you were 18 there, right?
I was at 18 at this point,
Fuck.
and I was like, Yes, like of course. Like so this
What did he
crazy.
want to do? Like what did he ask you to do in Dubai?
So at first I didn't really know what was going on, and just him saying, "Do you want to come to Dubai?" I was like, "Yes," no matter what the job was. So the job originally was like a sort of a stage tech, a video tech. So I was like, I was working specifically on this one main stage that I'm still working with now. I was running all the running some of the tech side of stuff, sort of the screens, the video, the live cameras for concerts, that sort of thing, and the daily shows we have every night. So yeah, I've been running that for. So I did. So the way it works where I work is it's seasonal. So we're open 6 months a year. So we're open in the winter where it's like cold enough to be outside because we're an outside venue, and then in the summer we close and we renovate everything.
Hmm.
So I did my first 6 months. He brought me over, had an amazing time, and then I was like, "Oh, am I going to be invited back?" And then so it got to like the start-up time for the next season, and this guy that I had originally met ended up leaving the company, and they needed someone else.
Hmm.
So they brought someone else on. I was working alongside them. Fast forward a couple months, that person got let go. I stepped up, and then I'm still here now after
Oh.
3 years of being like full time here. So
Wow. So
yeah,
you took the
crazy.
job of your boss, technically.
Yeah. I literally like stepped in the like he's on to bigger and better things now, but yeah, I sort of jumped where he left off, and I'm still stuck here.
That's fucking amazing. Still, like, imagine, like, how did he actually feel? Imagine, place yourself in the foot of yourself when you were 18, and suddenly you get the call of moving to Dubai for 6 months, getting paid to move to Dubai for 6 months. How did you feel, and how did you react with your family and friends? Because 18,
It was crazy.
let me,
Yeah,
because it's crazy to me. 18, I'm living this at 21, and just thinking about 18, I couldn't even fathom that. I was just partying and finishing exams at 18.
yeah, it's literally madness. Especially like when I first said it to my family and stuff, they were like, "Is this a scam? Like, what's going on? Like, who? Like, I'm a nobody. I'm just like some 18-year-old kid who's just come out of school, and it's like an invite to Dubai to get paid working 6 months. This is all too good to be true." But yeah, I'm so glad I did it because I'm still here.
And you did it alone, right? You went alone.
Yeah, literally. So like, the company that I work for, they fly a lot of people from all around the world. Like we work with a lot of performers and choreographers and different like musicians and dancers and all these things. And they come from all over the world, but a big proportion of them come from England and like London. And everyone, so on my first flight out here, everyone knew each other because they'd been rehearsing all these dances in England for 2 weeks, and there was like about 45 performers on this flight with me, all coming to work, same place as me. I'd never met any of them or anything, and I'm sitting on the plane. I'm like, all these people are coming to where I'm going, but none of them know me. I'm like, what do I do? Who do I talk to? So I was like, you guys like going to work where I'm working? And they're like, yeah. I was like, they're like, who are you? Just me. Hi. So yeah, that was funny.
Oh
But
my God, what a life! What a life! That's amazing.
mm,
And let's talk about a bit about why, because as you probably don't know, guys, but I might. It's not certain 100%, but I might move to Dubai in 2 months, and I have a to film to make films like I do here in Belgium, but I would be doing them in Dubai. And I've been searching. That's how I met Brad. I was searching a lot about moving to Dubai, and the information about how is living in Dubai. And Brad made a video about how it is to move to Dubai, and his video was the most useful one. I sent him a message, and he was kind enough to answer my questions. So that's how I met him. But still, this is my situation, and I'm going literally mad because Dubai, it sounds like untouchable. It's the untouchable city. It's like moving to Las Vegas but better. And it's the dream. Is for me it's kind of the dream, at least for a couple of years. And you're there. You've been through the things that I might go through. So can you tell me how is it living in Dubai?
Um, Especially like after what you just said, that sort of like reignites my feelings from when I first got here. Because like, especially after, it's a very transient place, so people come and go all the time. Like people stay for a couple of years, enjoy it, and then get out. And I feel like for me, like sometimes I'm coming to the end where it's like, okay, what's my next step? I need to move somewhere else. But then I meet someone, or my friends come over, or new people come, and you show them around, and you revisit things that you look at as every day. I'm sure you can do this in any city, but I sort of go to the world's tallest building, which I go to like every week because I go to Dubai, like Dubai Mall, all the time. And then you stand next to this building, and until you stop for a second and go, "Wow, shit, that is the world's tallest building," it's just like the norm for you now. If that makes sense, that's how I'm feeling. Like everything's kind of normal for me now. So the excitement isn't there, but it comes back, and then you're like, "Wow, shit, this is actually mental." Like you say, like best city in the world, 7-star hotels, luxury, like tallest building, deserts. It's really cool. Like yeah, really nice.
And because now that's your normal. Dubai became your new normal. And the thing is,
Yeah,
there's a next step. To Dubai, you don't go to live forever. You go for a couple of years where you have jobs, and then you live to another city in another country, right? But Dubai became your new normal. Now there's a next step. What would you be? Because you come from Dubai, you come from the city with the tallest building, with the highest fountains, with the craziest, I don't know, richest people. So you come from that thing that is so extreme. What would be the next country that you would like to be, and doing what? Because you have a job as a kind of an engineer of lights and cameras in that concert thing, but what could you do after?
so I really think for me the next step, because like at the moment my job, I'm the technical manager of this park that I work at. So I do like a stunt show, a main stage, some other stages around the place, and we have concerts and all this exciting stuff, light, sound, video. But for me, staying in that world, I really want to tour. I want to tour with a band. So like I'm really into music, so like a lot of my favorite bands, if I could tour with them as a photographer or as a videographer or as one of their tech crew, that would be like, that's my next step. I get to travel and see the world, and I get to do the job I love.
That's the
So
dream.
at some point when I'm sort of like done with Dubai, that'll be the next step, I think.
It's amazing. Well, I used to also want to do that. Well, I still want to, but the thing is, with the COVID and how the world just changed, it's kind of, I don't think too much as an option, as a viable option, at least now, because there's no tours, there's no concerts. At least I think in New Zealand there might be, and maybe somewhere in the
Yeah.
east.
I've seen New Zealand have like festivals and things now, which is like really exciting. But I think the thing is like Corona's obviously stopped all of this. But what you got to think is as soon as this comes, when things calm down and everyone's back to normal, it's gonna kick off. Like the amount of concerts, there's gonna be a concert every single night. There's gonna be a festival every weekend. They're gonna need people to work it. They're gonna need people to attend it, and I will be there. I will be there in any capacity, and it's going to be amazing.
That's amazing.
It's gonna be good.
And do you want to be like a manager or what, a videographer? I don't know how do you would like to participate in that.
The thing for me that I've always loved doing is vision mixing. So I don't know if you've seen like the big control rooms where someone's looking at like 10, 20 cameras, and they're sitting there controlling what goes on the screen. That's like I do that here at the moment for like the big concerts we have. But yeah, if I could do that touring with a band, that would be my dream, vision mixing. But then if I can't do that, photographer, because I love shooting band photography, like, and it's been a long time since I have, so I'm proper keen to get back at it.
It was amazing. I did that a couple of times in a couple of concerts, and it's so fucking amazing. I don't know, the fact of being in the front stage, of being above everyone else. I don't know, having so many people
Looking
connected.
down.
Yeah, I don't know. It's such an unfathomable situation, and I miss it a lot. And I think that was like the dream job. And now, well, I like working and making videos for clients and all of that, but still, I don't know. The end point is or YouTube or, like you said, touring with bands and going all around the world, just being friends with people and enjoying life. But cool.
So do you just do like random freelance projects and stuff?
Yeah, that's what I do. I that's what I live from. I do a bit of everything, honestly. Sometimes clips for rappers, or sometimes for brands, creams and stuff like that. You do some ads nowadays. You think about it, and every single company needs a video, no matter what. They need it, and most of the companies that are starting, they need the videos, but they don't have the budget to do it. So that's where they don't take the big companies of production. They go more for people like me that do everything for them from themselves, and the budget is lower, but it's simple to do and faster to do. So that's more or less what I do.
Nice. What's like the best project you worked on? What's like your favorite thing? Like whether it's like the outcome of it, the video being the best, or best company to work with?
Well, with clients, it was a Dour festival. So it was a festival in Belgium, one of the biggest ones, and I had access for the 5 days. Everything was paid, and I had access to the front stage and sometimes to the backstage with the DJs. And thinking like just the image of having someone that you admire, that you've seen on the internet, and you like the music, to have it in front of you, it's nuts, and that felt great. But I don't know, I've preferred. I think they're my personal projects. They've marked me more, like going to a country and making a video about that. Or I don't get paid by that by making that for now, but that's what makes me come alive, I would say. But good question. Let's switch subject, because we still need to get into your pocket stories and all of that. So first, let's talk a bit with the comments and read them, because we're ignoring them like they don't exist. But still, I do pay attention and I do read them. Martin says, I can stay long as I have to eat, then I'm going away. I haven't eaten, and it's 5. I'm hungry. And Sybil, what's up, Sybil? Wish I could say Dubai is my normal one day, lol. Well, how does it feel like being in your situation? Can you? Because at one moment it was a dream that you couldn't fathom, right? Like it was too crazy to be true. But now it's your normal. And how does it feel to say, yeah, Dubai? I live in Dubai. That's where, like, the biggest tower. That's where I go to the mall every week.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's when you stop and think about it like that, you're actually like, wow, this is actually mental. Like, but I'm sure everyone does. Well, I don't know, but like, I'm sure I'll do it whatever country I live in or wherever I go to. Like, eventually, after spending like 3 or 4 years somewhere, you know, like the craziest thing for me is like, I drive my car to the local Starbucks where they know my name because I go there every day, and I drive to work. I go to my normal job that is now normal to me, and then I go home or I go out with friends to a club that I've been to lots before, and it's just what I do. Do you know what I mean? You don't stop and think like this is unique or different because I'm not here on holiday. I've done this all before, but this is my life now.
And you're 20 fucking 2. That's what's nuts. Like the thing that you just described, the thing that you do every single day, is the literal dream of many people, and a dream that they will accomplish at 35, maybe if they're lucky, or they might never do it. And you're 22, and you suddenly that's your normal, and you say it like, yeah. And I do get that it becomes normal, and you stop appreciating by the true value, because you stop realizing that's the nature of a brain. That's what happens. Even if you have the pyramid in front of you, if you have it for every single day, it becomes just the pyramid. But if you, like you said, if you take a moment to listen to yourself, to look at what you're looking, and to stop yourself from just going, anything can become crazy. Even like, I think about it like, yeah, it's my apartment. I made a video about that. It's called Just an Apple. Appreciating the small things by the true value, if you really look at them by the true value. But you can do it with anything. You can do it with your apartment. Dude, I have a fucking roof over my head, and it's at my name. That's nuts. That's crazy. But some people a couple of years ago were living in the streets, killing people to live and survive, and we don't need to do that. And it's important, I think, like you said, to take a moment and breathe and look at what you have and be like, whoa, 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 this is cool.
Yeah. And I think it's so much about like what you don't have at the time is what you want. Like if you say like your situation right now might be my dream situation, which is normal for you. But then if we swap, it might be my dream and then your dream is mine. And like everything, like even me thinking about touring, the person whose job I would kill for might be bored shitless of their job now, doing it every day. But do you know what I mean? So it's a really weird thing to think about. Like
it's a never enough.
Where everyone is.
It's a cycle without ending, right? You're just seeking for the next thing. You're seeking for the new thing, and it's not healthy because it will never be enough. That's the thing.
You'll never get there.
And you're the proof of that. You're in Dubai, and you're living the dream, but naturally you forget you're in Dubai. You forget you're in front of the tallest tower, and it's important to stop, because if you don't, I think you probably will crash and die because you're seeking always for something else. But yeah, let's switch subject because I want to hear your pocket story. But still, as Sybil said, I'm 20 and a half of years and I'm still trying to deal with tests. That's normal and that's okay. That's good. I always think like, what would you say to that? Because I'm answering, but you can answer. Go ahead, Brad. Answer to this 20-year-old.
This is what I mean as well. Is I think everyone is different. Like, I think age is a load of shit as well. Like everyone thinks like, oh well, like when you. I've been very, very fortunate to do all this stuff so young, and like sometimes I stop and I'm like, I've peaked. Where do I go from here? Like down, but. Like whether you do it at 20 or 25 or 30 or 50, you're still achieving what you want to achieve. If you know what I mean, like my goal, like some people's goal is to be where I am now, but my goal is somewhere different. So as long as everyone's always taking steps towards where they want to be, then
at least if you're doing something, if you're moving, the whole point of this is not to be faster than the other guy, it's not to be in front of the other guy, it's just to look at yourself and be like, okay, am I moving or not? Am I stagnant? If you're stagnant, you're probably dead. I felt that. I've been there, and I felt in depression when I wasn't doing anything because I was studying cinema and I wasn't learning anything. I wasn't doing YouTube, so I felt stagnant. And when you're in that situation, that's where you need to realize, like, oh fuck, I'm literally not living. It doesn't matter if you're moving fast, if you're moving towards your goal or the country, and you're doing bad things and you're learning from them. The thing is, if you're moving, that's all you need to be doing. If you're doing your test like you're doing, well, it's a step to be where you want to be, right? It's not because you're doing your test and I'm moving to Dubai that my life is better than yours. There's no comparison. It's just one life and another life, and and everybody's living their own life.
100%. I agree.
I would like to start doing my job earlier so I can reach what I want earlier. Then why I'm not happy with still studying, though I read like a robot. But I don't know if don't think about earlier. I know people you want to have things happen early and to have it now because you're not content with what you have now, but it's many people say it, like when you have a goal in front of you, and even if it's a long way, the goal, the moment of the goal, when you achieve it, it doesn't exist. It would last for a brief moment and will fade away. And if you based all of your happiness in that moment, in the moment where you achieve your goal, you will feel happy for a brief little second, and that's it. And all of the other time you will just be miserable trying to achieve that goal. You need to learn, instead of that, to be patient and to wait for that goal, to work on that goal, and to be happy doing the work to get to that goal. But yeah. Amen.
Couldn't have said it by myself.
Okay, well, let me introduce your pocket story because I don't want to. I don't know how much time you have, and I don't want to steal more than we need to. Okay, so guys, it's time for my boy Brad to tell us his pocket story. And looking at his life, I'm pretty sure it must be pretty amazing, and he probably prepared it beforehand. So go ahead whenever you want.
Yeah. I definitely didn't prepare. I completely forgot that you asked me to prepare a pocket story, but I had like a little think while I've been talking, and I don't know why, but this tiny little story, which will take 2 seconds to tell, just popped into my head. And so, like, so after I did my first 6-month contract in Dubai, I went straight to India, and I spent like 6 weeks in India traveling around, which was always my dream. Like since I've been like 13, my dream was to like travel the world and everything, but always specifically India. I just think it's like the most interesting place. The people are so interesting. Just the whole sort of raw vibe of it. I was like, this is sick. I want to go there, take pictures, video it, have a look around, and just get involved. And the very first day I got there, so I flew like overnight, really tired, get to this like, land in the airport, get in this really dodgy little tuk-tuk, and I was like, oh my god, this is my life now. Like going along the road, bumping around, like what is going on? Cows in the road, and I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is great. And then I get to the hotel, and there's like some dodgy guy on a tuk-tuk who's like, they obviously see that I'm a tourist, and they're like, oh, I'll take you around for the day. I'll take you around. Like, give me however many rupees. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'll be your tour guide. I'll take you around everywhere you need to go, and you'll have a good time. So I was like, okay, I'll think about it. And he said something like, I don't know how many rupees, but it was the equivalent of like £10 or I don't know, 12 euros or something. And I was like, he was like, for a whole day, I'll take you everywhere, I'll get you food, everything. I was like, okay, whole day, £10 done. So the very first place we went was, it was called the Red Temple in Delhi. And like the most stunning, amazing, old school architecture, like really interesting to walk around. Had loads of attention on me because I was like a random white kid walking around India. And then you get to the door, and then you have to pay to get in, and it's like there's literally, it says local resident price, tourist price. Local resident price was like 50 rupees, and then it said tourist price 800 rupees. I was like,
what?
This is a joke. How can you justify that? Like, and they were just completely like, this is what it is. No one was like trying to hide it or whatever and like scam you. It was pay 800 rupees. Like, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do it because I'm here. Very long-winded story to tell you. Basically, I come outside the Red Fort. I think it was called Red Fort, actually. So I come outside. I'm walking to find my guy with the tuk-tuk. And as I'm walking along, there's this random guy, and he looks like seriously homeless. He didn't have a t-shirt on. He's just wearing like this cloth, like covering his legs. And he had this bag, and there was 3 dogs around him barking. And he had this bag of raw chicken, and he was chucking the raw chicken in the air. And these black birds, there was like a swarm of like 30 black birds, middle of the day, all swooping down to grab this raw chicken that he was just handing out a bag, chucking in the air, and these birds were going at it. And the dogs were trying to get the raw chicken, so he was kicking the dogs. I was like, what is going on? And literally, he kicked these 3 dogs, and he's screaming at these birds, chucking raw chicken in the air. And I was like, this is seriously cool. This is like why I came to India, to see the most random shit of my life. I was like, this is the most random thing I have ever seen in my entire life, and I'll never forget it. So that's my pocket story.
But he didn't talk with you, he didn't interact, he didn't throw a little chicken to your face, anything?
Oh no, that would have been nice. Maybe I should have asked him for some chicken and then see what happened.
Hey dude, can I grab some? Do you mind?
Yeah, no, that was a situation where I was like, I got my picture, I got a little picture and put it on my Instagram, and I was like, I'm glad I just ran away from him, because
that's cool, honestly, because most of my friends, they come from Mexico, and Mexico is kind of like India. There's rough path like that. There's poverty, and there's things that the thing that you, because you tell me like the craziest thing, and this is exactly why you went to India, and I think like this is what I used to see all the time in Mexico. And for
This is
me
the
became,
norm.
yeah, for me became kind of the norm in Mexico. But I do get that if you come from a background from London and or Europe in general, you don't usually see that. You can't, the thing that you see the most is crazy people in the streets, but that's it. Or gypsies
Yeah.
sometimes, but that's another thing. But I do get that it must be a really cultural clash, or to go to India and to see what discomfort is, to see what riding on a road made of literally stones is, instead
Yeah.
of a perfectly curved road, like this the
Yeah.
discomfort. And it's cool that how old were you when you went to
I
India?
was 18. I think no, 18, 19, something like that. So, especially like I'd literally never traveled outside of Europe and like two or three countries. I think I'd been to Spain, France, and Belgium, and that was it. And then I went to Dubai, which was obviously a huge contrast.
Hmm.
And then I was like, I want more. I just want something completely different.
Hmm.
And like I've always wanted it since like 12, 13. I was like, I need to go to India, and just like the stark contrast between London and India, I love it. Like I'll definitely go back to India anytime.
I get it,
Loved
and
it.
I get that perfectly. Like when I talk to people that here that haven't left Europe in general, I know that they don't get it. I know that they haven't seen what it really is to have to be sleeping in a house in the middle of the jungle with naked people, and to be that the norm, to see people that are starving, and or people that are getting killed in the streets, and that be the norm. There's a level of comfort in Europe, and I don't know if in the US, but at least in Europe and in the UK, that when as you experience when you go to India or to some East country or in Latin America, it's so contrasted. And the funny thing is, you would think that they're less happy because they have less than you, but it's the contrary. I personally think that it's totally the contrary. They're happier with what they have, and they're way more joyful compared to the people here, because I don't know,
Yeah,
they manage to
like
appreciate what they have.
I wish I could do that. Like if I could appreciate having that little, but it's hard because we've all like me being in London. I've always had like the luxury of a nice house and like going into London and doing activities and having food and everything. Whereas the stark contrast of going there, and then we visited like an orphanage and like some projects of like building houses and helping the local community and things, and just seeing that, and you're like, it's crazy. Like even there used to be loads of little kids that would run up and try and take a picture with you, and then like be like money, money, and then I'd give them the equivalent of like a pound, which is like nothing to me, and they're like, oh my god, this is insane. Like, and like they run and show their parents like, look what happened, and you're like, this is crazy. Like this, it's just, yeah, it's just different people, different lives. It's mad.
It's all about perspective, right? Like you need
Yeah,
to
exactly.
just learn to appreciate what you have, and to realize what the a life could be, because we're here, we have a roof, we have internet, we have everything that we need, we get paid properly here, and we probably will be like this our whole life, because we're so lucky to have this.
Yeah, so
but
lucky.
but it's not like this everywhere. There's countries like India and other countries where life is not as easy, and when you see that, like you did, your perspective can change, and it's a good thing. I would recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, yeah, it's like eye opening as well. Like obviously, I've only ever seen, especially the best thing was going straight from Dubai to India, like the height of luxury where everything's hyper clean, and then you go to these streets where it's just like shit in the road everywhere, cows going backwards and forwards, and it was just like this. You don't believe the two places can be like a 4 hour plane ride
Mm.
away from each other, where
Hmm.
you've got people who are the richest in the world, and then people living like sleeping in the middle of the road. That one was like a shock for me as well. in between like motorways, people sleeping in the middle of the road.
Yeah, it's normal there. They don't have the biggest towers, but they have the more homeless people. But yeah, I get that. It's like, but the sheer girth of your balls to decide to move to I don't know, to Dubai at 18 and then be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I've been here. I can go to India, to fucking India. It's one of the, I don't know if it's dangerous or not, but I know that it's a big deal to go to India and to prepare a trip to India. So damn, respect.
Thanks.
But good. That was a cool story. It was a cool subject. I liked it. I honestly really liked it. Good job, man.
Well, that's good. I pulled that straight out of the back of my head. I was like, I've been thinking about it since we started talking because I completely forgot to prepare something.
But it's okay. You made it through, and it was really interesting. And I don't know. It's things that not everybody can talk about, right? And not talk about, but say I've been in India for 6 months and I've seen a guy throwing fucking chicken at birds and dogs and being homeless. I don't know. It's things that define you, right? The things that you've experienced.
Yeah, definitely. Which I guess is the whole point of pocket stories.
Exactly.
Wow.
Defining who you are by the stories that you have. Exactly. Good job. Oh, fucking profound.
Bit inspirational.
Sibel says, you are actually right. I'm also studying online, so that probably got bored already. Oh, well, yeah, I never experienced that online school, and I've heard that it's awful and stressing and awful, and people don't like it. They don't concentrate. I don't know. You don't study anything, right? Like me. You don't have to deal with. Okay. Yeah. Well, we can talk about another thing because we don't know anything about that subject. But okay, how are we doing with time for you? Because I don't know till what hour can you do it.
If I can, no, I'd probably need to head off soon, like next 5-10 minutes. Is that all right?
Okay. Yeah. No. Like honestly, it's your pocket story. Is how you want it. And either way, we can do it. We can do another day. You know, like life. We have time. It's long. But if you want, I can tell you a pocket story, so you don't feel like you haven't heard anything during this podcast. Okay. Cool. I just remembered the story that I wanted to tell, so it will be really fast. I'm gonna do it the fastest I can, so you can leave in time. Okay. So. This story happens in Spain. I went to visit one of my best friends in Spain. I was there for like a weekend, and during that weekend we went out the 3 days. And he's a pretty rich guy, so you can expect that he goes to the biggest clubs in Spain. And I'm not the biggest fan of clubs, but I can enjoy them if I'm in the mood. So I went there, and the first 2 nights I didn't get any girls because I'm not a fuckboy. I'm not that good at getting girls in the clubs. I don't know. I don't love the interaction. But the third night I got shit faced, and I was in the biggest club in Spain, in Madrid. It was called El Capital, I think, something like that, and it was 8 floors of club. It was stupidly big. It was so crazy. But we went there. I was shit faced, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a tour during in the club. I'm gonna go find some girls. Suddenly I forget everything, and suddenly I'm with a girl and I'm dancing with her, and I'm like, whoa, this is cool. I don't know how I got here, but cool. So I'm dancing with her, and super drunk, she's super drunk, and we start kissing, and it was pretty cool. But suddenly we go and we I don't know how to say this word. When you imagine this is the wall, you can explain it to me because you're British. Imagine this is the wall, and you lean. We started leaning into yeah. We started leaning into a wall and kissing there, but the problem was that wall wasn't actually a wall; it was a door. And it was one up that you pushed. So we were there kissing, like, super drunk. And suddenly the door opens and we start falling. And we're like, ah! And we start falling outside the club. And we were outside the club and we're like, what happened? We were inside the club just a second ago. What happened? And a bouncer took us and we were like, your girl is too drunk. You have to leave. And I was like, oh, god damn it. So, which I was like, so hypocrite. I was like, yeah, she's super drunk. We need to take her out. So I went out with her for like 50 minutes to cool her off. She was American and she was really cute, but she was really aggressive. I don't know why. She didn't stop slapping me for some reason. I was like telling her she's a nice person and stuff like that, and she kept on slapping me. And I was like, I'm too drunk to deal with this. But I was like, okay, she's hot enough to deal with this. So we went into the club again, and we were upstairs into our table, and we started making out there. But suddenly, the worst thing happened. Apart from the fact that she ripped my whole lip off, my whole lip, my lip. She was biting me so hard that my lip was bleeding. It was horrible, but it was kind of sexy. But the final thing that happened, it was horrible. Suddenly, I was kissing with her, and I take her off. I push her a little to just watch her, and she has blood in her face, and I was like, no. What is happening now? And it wasn't her blood. I was starting to bleed from my nose, and she had blood in her face, and I was like, no. And as you can imagine, I was drunk, so I was like, oh shit, and I just took the blood off, look with my hand, like I just moved it up, and I was like, you go find your friends, and I go to the bathroom, and I just left. And I never seen her again.
Oh, she could have been into it. It might have all worked out.
I'm pretty sure she wasn't into it. Because
no, maybe not blood down your face.
Oh my god, it was like in the moment I didn't really think too much about it, but then I realized like, holy fuck, that's disgusting. Oh my god, that's a horrible experience from myself. But yeah. That's my pocket story.
Brilliant. Quite a contrast.
Yeah, it's not like I'm going to India and I discovered the profound meaning of life.
You almost led over someone.
But yeah, that was it. So I'm pretty sure you don't have much more time, so let's just do the outro and we're gonna finish the live stream. It was an entire hour, so as we promised. It was really cool, honestly. I did enjoy it a lot with you.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. We'll have to do it again at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way to introduce a person, right? Because if you just met someone, you just like, hey, how you doing? And you're like, hey, how you doing? But here you're going deep into conversations, and
yeah, then you actually like talk about stuff and actually understand like who a person is.
That's cool.
Like, hi, how are you? How's the weather?
Exactly. But let's do the outro. Welcome, Dania. Sorry I'm late. I have some stuff. I know you have class, so don't worry, Dania. But we're just finishing it. You will be able to see the whole podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, and the website, but in a couple of days. So let's do the outro, and I can leave you alone. And yeah. So I'm gonna say thank you for listening, and I'm gonna say thank you, Brad. Okay, and you can say no worries, it was my pleasure, and you can say like go follow me in YouTube and all of that.
Wait, I can't hear you. It's all gone wrong.
What happened? You can't hear me.
1 second.
I think you're.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think that the mic now is the microphone of the computer. I think.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my headphones have just died.
Okay, but check if the Audacity is still working.
Yeah, it's been recording, and then I can just carry on.
Okay, great. So if it's still recording, great. Let's do the outro so I can leave you alone. Okay, sounds good? Sounds good. So that's it, guys. That's the end of Pocket Story. Fuck. Let's do it again. That's it, guys. That's the end of this episode of Pocket Stories. Thank you, Brad, for coming to this podcast. It was a pleasure meeting you. Honestly, I feel like if I do go to Dubai, I have a friend to count on there. So thank you for coming here.
Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, anytime when you come over, because I'm sure it's definitely going to happen. When you come, give me a shout, and then we'll meet up. I'm excited.
Yeah, my pleasure. I will buy you beer. I don't drink, but I can make you drink.
Oh, that's all right. I'll drink for you. I'll drink enough for both of us.
That's the fucking vibe. I like it. Let's do it. Okay, go follow Brad in YouTube. He's called Leader of No One. He's also in Instagram putting sick ass photos of Dubai. So go watch it here. And thank you, Brad, for being here. Thank you guys for listening to Podcast Stories. Voila. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's it, right? Okay, to the people that are watching right now the live stream, thank you for listening till this point. It was a pleasure to have Brad here. Don't forget to follow him. I don't know who's still here, but I would expect that most of the people are gone. But voila, you can hear the edited version in Spotify and Deezer and all of the applications. But voila, let's close the live stream and let's talk. I'll talk with you right in a second. Okay?
Cool.
Let me close it. How do I close it? Oh, yeah. Ending screen. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you, guys. Bye.